Hi, I'm John, also known as MuttMutt Outdoors. Well, MuttMutt in general. I have a couple of channels. MuttMutt's Game Room is where it started. That came about because of my wife. And the other thing that I started doing because of my wife is diving. And if you ended up on this channel, you probably watched something that came from Adventures with Purpose, and it was sprung on me a little bit, so believe me, that is very genuine, and I'm going to leave a link in the description to the time where that all starts. But basically, I went up to Kansas City, Missouri area, Sugar Creek to be exact, to take and assist Adventures with Purpose, Sam the Adventure Man, with removing a few cars from the river. So this is kind of my inaugural video with all that. You know, I've got a couple of dive videos that were done in Jamaica, and then I have one where I was cleaning up some trash at Lake Murray in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And so this is kind of going to be, you know, some of what I have available for that. Be sure to check out Adventures with Purpose and see the video that they have available of it. I am truly humbled by the work that they do and what they had available. You know, it was my actual first river dive ever, and dealing with the river currents. You know, and it's not just the currents, but it's also the zero visibility. I was able to dive at one point on a car, and there's no footage of that. I honestly, even if I was to carry a camera along with me like I normally do, there's absolutely no way you'd see much of anything. I couldn't see anything, and I was right there. So, anyway, yeah, enjoy the video, and you know, I'm gonna come back at the end and talk about a couple of things. All right, MuttMutt here, back. Oh yeah, fun. Out here in Sugar Creek, Missouri, with Jared Lasik and Sam the Adventure Man with Adventures with Purpose. Hopefully gonna get a couple of dives in. Should be fun, should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we find some cars and get them up out of the water. 2 cars, possibly 3 in the water already. Oh, about what, 200 feet from the boat ramp? 300 feet maybe?
Yeah, 3 max.
Alrighty, it's windy out, but we got 3 cars located and gear is ready. Let's get going. And it's a car, Steph D. Oh boy. Probably not your first car out of the river though, huh?
No.
No. About how many cars do you think you've probably pulled out of the river?
This year, 1.
Just 1 this year. First one.
This is second.
Oh, second one this year.
This will be a second one this year.
Awesome.
Yep.
But total?
I've never really pulled them out of the river. They usually just leave them in here.
Yeah, really, yeah, just somewhere close.
I pulled them out ponds.
Oh yeah.
A whole truck and gooseneck trailer goes through a pond.
Oh yeah. But
I can't see it.
can't see it, but good luck. Hopefully we'll get it up out of there. Yeah, we probably pulled it about 200-300 feet already, so. That right about down there is car number 2. And we broke one of the lines to begin with. In fact, one of the 15,000-pound synthetic lines we broke sheared the end right off, so had to reset. We pulled those out. Ended up using this doubled up or in a basket configuration to get that up to where it is now. And let's see, yeah, right here, pop that end right off. The other end was actually the worst looking end, so. But hey, it's coming along. We got a few more feet, and then we'll take that green section out and we'll really put it to it. Right about there though, it's possibly catching on a car. There's another car down there that we didn't see to begin with, so interesting, but we'll see how it goes. I guess we got good fishing bait. We pulled up a Fiero. What year was it?
No, I'm saying the last year registered.
You got a PEBL7. Z. Z. Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Pebbles. It's Pebbles car. Pebbles. LZ.
Huh.
So Pebbles, we found your Pontiac Fiero. That's right. Come on down and clean your car.
Actually, I do remember these cars. I heard of it. It was slick.
Wow. Look at all the silt in there. We actually broke a 15,000 pound strap pulling that up. Jeez.
Sam, let's do one more stuff now.
All right. So yeah, two cars today with custom plates. The hood, yeah, hood's open. We can check that. That's the trunk.
The engine's back here?
Yeah, engine's back here.
Oh.
Those 92 plates,
Really?
Not sure.
Engine's back there, then why do you have the cooling fan up here?
Because they ran a big, huge, long cooling system. It's kind of like the master cylinder. See, there's a spare
So
tire.
this is it. This is the trunk.
This is the trunk.
That's it.
I've got one
Yep.
of these at the house.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And say the latch for the back is right there.
So I almost ended up with one of these as my second car. My first was a Plymouth Turismo, and this one is a Pontiac Fiero. The trunk is full of mud, so you can't even see the engine, but the engine is actually in the back, and the radiator's up in the front, and the master cylinder's up in the front, and the AC accumulator's up here, spare tire, so that's your little trunk. Not much of anything, huh? It was a 2-seat sports car, but it was only a 4-cylinder, and not very good. Yeah. MuttMutt back here again, out with Adventures with Purpose on a second day. Only going to get one car today. The one that they partially found yesterday, went down on that, and it's 3/4 of the way submerged, so it's just, yeah, it's really not in a position to be able to be pulled out. They eventually found a pickup that looked like a good candidate. I was getting a little chilled, but tried going down. Had a fin slip, which I don't know the reason why that's happening, but yeah, I was fighting the current, and I said, you know what, I can't do it, and came up. Yeah, had to bow out. But I'd rather take and say, hey, look, can't do it, than to be sitting there and end up being a liability that somebody else has got to save. So, you know, it's a good thing to be smart about it and not, you know, not just kind of say, oh, I can do it, and then just, yeah, have problems. So anyway, yeah, out there somewhere is a pickup. We're gonna get it brought up hopefully here pretty soon. All right, Jacob from Chaos Divers is coming up here. Feel bad that I had to drop it off on him, but looks like got everything hooked up and ready to start maybe doing a little bit of pulling there. Yeah, so we'll see what comes up here. Out here with the mutt. Yep, the mutt. The mutt. Oh, that's a good spot, huh? But yeah, Sam the Adventure Man. Yeah. Oh. Might be hooked onto a caliper, might be hooked onto something, not exactly sure where it's at, so hopefully it's good and strong. So, yeah, might be the A-frame somewhere up on the front suspension is what it sounds like, so that's great. All right, well, we'll see what we get going there. All right, some footage I didn't get to get yesterday since I was in the water a lot and doing stuff and hooking things up. Got the truck way up there on the hillside, that cable running down, and about where that bridge pillar is, got our soft lines, giving her a pull. Looks like she's moving. Oh yeah, there it goes. And if you can see that hook twisting in there, that you know, it gives a little tug, and then it shifts and then it moves. Oh yeah, that's moving good. Wow, that's awesome. So. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's cold out here. It's just that water and being in there and then not having the time to warm up. I did Santa Rosa New Mexico Blue Hole, 61 degrees, and that video will probably be coming out here pretty soon. You know, and that was cold, but there was showers that you could warm up. And yesterday, cold, but you know, it was warm on the surface. Today, cold and cold on the surface. That makes it rough. So anyway, well, we'll see what we caught out here in just a little bit. All right, looks like a black or dark blue Chevy Silverado, a little extended cab. Looks like the back, the semi-extended cab, you know, where the back door opens up a little bit. So had to get some Jayhawks on the underside of the frame, so doing a little adjustment on the line there. All right, let's see how this goes. Actually broke the tow hooks off of the truck here just a little bit ago, so, or at least one on this side. That's great knowing that we're going to get a truck out of there. It's probably a really pretty nice truck when it went in. I think we're saying 0203 Silverado. So yeah, got hooked on a tree branch and yeah. And yeah, Jackson County Towing coming out here yesterday and today, doing all that and helping us get these out of the environment. That's great. You know, really cool to be able to do and be a part of. You know, it's a lot of work, and you know, but yeah, it's great to see and great to be able to do, and yeah. Looks like we're getting a little water coming out of the bed of the truck. So who knows how much is inside, how much silt is inside, or anything else. I believe the truck is cleared out, so yeah, nobody in there.
Yeah, he's got a monster truck, this thing. Interesting fact. Corey used to be a monster truck driver. Yeah, so he's just going to monster truck this truck right up that hill. Dead serious. What truck did you drive? What was the name of your monster truck?
Clowning around, I worked for Quick Motorsports.
Quick Motorsports. So he used to do stuff with monster trucks.
And what was the name of the truck?
Clowning around.
Clowning around.
Clowning around. Everybody see the
Awesome. Corey actually was a monster truck driver at one point in time. Drove clowning around. That's great. Really cool.
What's up, Fluffy? Thanks for helping. All right.
Yeah, black. Chip the paint while we bring it out too. Had a little rust there.
Way better.
There'll be a monster pull getting it up that hill though.
Can't get you guys out yet. That's turn stick.
Yeah, front tires plowing in good. There we go. Got off that tree a little bit. Not plowing the back end so much. Still got one more tree branch to go. That's crunching, and the back tires are rolling a little bit there. Fronts are not. The fronts are locked and plowing completely. So one side is either slipping or it was in gear when it went down. Possibly see what the plate is. Boom! Pop that J hook out. Boy! Out like a rocket. Woo! Auction off a date. They got people wondering who's single.
Dave will come with me singing too. I'll sing to him while I cook dinner.
Singing while you cook dinner. Boy.
Oh, no. Nope.
All right, got
What
the.
happened there was that little tiny J-hook came decided to move up.
That's what I figured.
Yeah,
Well, I know I used them. I figured they were going to pack their bags.
yeah. Missouri plate. 257 TH5. Wow. 08. So been in about 10 years, yeah.
Find out who the owner is for it.
All right, looks like a good hook there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the days when you get muddy and you just want to go home and give up.
I don't know how to give up, my friend.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good way to do it. Get stuff done and keep moving. And still got a good amount of water draining out of the cab too, so. Yeah, this is awesome. Trying to get that truck up there or up off the ground, pulling. Man, Jackson County, amazing people coming out here doing this. Yeah, after the other guys have left and everybody's pretty well cleared out, these guys here doing a lot of work, taking and making sure this truck really truly gets out of here. As you can see, well, we got this guy here, he hung around, huh? Yeah. And yeah, everybody else is gone. Yeah, so don't just forget about the little things, you know. When you're out and you're walking around, pick up that piece of trash. You know, prevent it from getting in the water, staying in the environment. Get that stuff out of there. Something everybody can do. So, yeah. These guys are doing great. Great having them out here. Thanks a lot, guys. All we can say is wow. Just wow. Took an hour to get it to this point. And now we got the cable tripled and still having a hard time. Having to take and raise up, put blocks underneath the back end to try and get a little bit of pressure off. Jeez, this thing has got the Fiero and the Cavalier topped on weight, guaranteed. Hopefully these guys don't have to go over a scale when they get wherever they're going.
So, what did you think? Yeah, I know I don't have a whole lot of footage. A lot of the time I was trying to just help out a little bit, do what I could. Honestly, I feel like I didn't do all that much. I was just there. You know, I've been diving for about 18 months, and you know, most have been clear water dives, otherwise lake, pond. You know, ocean dives you'll have a little bit of a current, but you know, just it's very different being in that environment, and I was way outside of my element. I wish I could have done more, you know, while I was there, but even just you know, at one point in time I went under and just, you know, hooking up rigging and stuff like that, helping lay out the rigging, you know, helping feed lines, whatever. At least I was able to do something. On day 2, they started by we're going to try and pull out a vehicle that we had kind of spotted on day 1, but hadn't put eyes on, and got a magnet on there, went down, and there was nothing. Feeling along, came up along the hood, started feeling up towards where maybe there's a windshield, and it was just a stub of, you know, the roof pillar coming up. Worked my way back down, started reaching underneath the fender to see, you know, hey, look, is there any attachment points underneath of here? And, you know, I grabbed the bottom side of the fender, and I stuck my hand in and felt down, and maybe about that far in between, and it was silk. There was nothing there. Later on, went to try and get another vehicle. By that time, I'd been in the water for a little while. The first one was maybe 4 or 5 minutes, not all that long, being in the water. But the cold started seeping in, and I've done a cold water dive before, Santa Rosa, New Mexico, Blue Hole, and you know that was cold. But the first day was kind of like the first day in Sugar Creek, where you know it was warm on the surface, so you got warmed up while you were up there, no big deal. The second day there was similar to Sugar Creek, where it was kind of rainy and nasty, and you never could really warm up. I did 2 dives then. They had one real huge saving thing, which was there were showers nearby, and so you know you could take and you could go get warmed up a little bit in between the dives. But really, it's tough doing cold weather dives. Especially in wetsuit. I was actually there wearing 2 3-mil wetsuits. One was full length, one was a shorty. The shorty I have for doing dives, ocean, warm water, but winter dives, you know, where water's down into the 70s a little bit. And yeah, you think 70s is nice. Right now I'm sitting outside, it's in the 60s. It's great. I've got the sun coming down, I feel warm and everything. That cold water is totally different, and you know, Chaos Divers, Jacob came out, and man, he saved the day, because there's no way that I could have taken and finished all that up. It was just really cold, and on top of that, being in the river and the current, and you know, having a couple issues with my fins not wanting to stay on, it was tough. So you know, one thing I want to talk about before I quit here is at the very end there's some pictures of the vehicle being loaded onto the truck, and that took 2 hours. So remember, when you're out there and you're seeing this stuff, there's a lot more involved in the time, you know, loading the vehicles and everything. You know, it was really cool, and a huge thanks to Jackson County Towing. I believe that's the name of it. The group who came out to take and you know, deal with those vehicles, get them up out of there for us and everything. That was awesome. It was great seeing those cars come out. I do have Steph D's license plate. It's in the back of my truck right now. On day 2, I fell and had all my gear on and sprained an arch in my foot, so not getting around none too great right now. I still got to get it cleaned off, get my cylinders in and everything else. It's been a couple of days. There's actually an ice storm here too, so that didn't help. That slowed me down. Yeah, there's something I really want to talk about, you know, after everything is over and, you know, the people were out there. And it's something that we can all do. You know, I go underwater into lakes and stuff so far, and I clean up trash that's been in there for 20, 30, 40 years, you know, who knows. And, you know, it's something that is fulfilling for me, and it's actually kind of fun. I get underwater and I'm doing searching around, and I'm finding stuff, and I'm putting it in a bag, and now I've got to float that bag, and I've got to get it up, and I've probably pulled a couple 100 pounds of trash out. And you know, for me, that's great. I love it. You know, but one thing that saddened me after seeing all the people come out in Sugar Creek and in Kansas City area was that you know, there was trash on the ground, and it's not just, you know, yeah, there was some old trash there, and I picked some of that up when I first got there, you know, but it was cigarette butts and stuff like that, and it was just like, you know, people are there for the fanfare of pulling a car out, but it's losing a little bit of sight of the big picture. You know, the big picture is every little bit helps. You know, you can get out there and you can take and yeah, so everybody go out there and as a family take and go out and pick up a little bit, you know, and record it while you're there. You know, each person take a little bit of a time to talk and take and record a little segment and put it together and make a family video. And I'm saying that because the one thing that I talked about with Adventures with Purpose on the live stream was losing my wife. And the thing that hurts me the most every single day is I can't hear her voice anymore. I've got pictures, and I've got a very, very little short clip of a video where we had done something, and her voice is just a little tiny bit of that, and you couldn't hear it very well. It was with an old phone. And I miss hearing her voice. So do that. You know, go out and do something good for other people. You're doing good for yourself and your generation and maybe the next generation. Pulling the cars out is a huge deal. That's helping generations beyond just the next couple. That's helping generations, you know, hundreds if not thousands of years down the road. That is doing great things. We can't all do it. I don't have the supplies to do it. I started looking at lift bags, and lift bags, a 2,000-pound lift bag is $750 to $1,000 each. I would love to be able to do stuff like that. You know, and that's a huge cost. You know, there's a lot in there. You know, I would love to do that. At some point in time, who knows? Maybe things will pick up and that will happen. You know, I would go to the Kansas City area. I'd be out there for a month. Just finding cars and figuring out which ones I can get hooked onto and pull them out, you know, and just work an area for a month. You know, get as many of them out of there as I could. You know, but I don't have that ability. I don't have the cash to do it. You know, so it's something, you know, that who knows, maybe down the road will happen. And I would absolutely love to hook up with Adventures with Purpose again and see about taking and pulling some of the other stuff out of there. You know, anytime that they're going to be close by, I hope that they give me a call and say, hey, look, you know, do you want to come give us a hand? Absolutely, even if it's just doing some rigging. You know, I grew up around a lot of stuff like that, and there's an airplane in the background. I'm actually pretty near the airport, so if yeah. But, little plane taking off. That's something else that I always talked about doing with my wife, you know. But anyway, so, you know, if you want to get to know more about me as a person, among other things, go over to my other channel, MuttMutt's Game Room, and catch my Skyline Saturdays. There's quite a few of them. And, you know, tomorrow is Halloween. And so I'm going to try and get this video posted then as a special thing for my wife, because tomorrow would have been our 12-year anniversary. And, you know, it's been really tough. It's been really hard. You know, but I want to always try and remember her and keep her here. Even though, you know, I am moving on. I do have somebody that I am you know, happy to have around, and, you know, go from there. But yeah, get out there and clean up. It's not hard. You know, sometimes it's just as simple as walking down the street with a stick with a nail on the end of it and taking and picking up a few pieces of trash here and there. You know, it's not just the big things. It's everything. Everything helps. And you know, every area doesn't have recycling, but if you do, use it. You know, use it as much as possible. You know, and you know, don't, like the vehicles and stuff. Don't. Gosh, I know some of those vehicles were stolen and dumped. You know, the Chevy Cavalier was stolen and dumped. I just know it in my heart, and you know, it sucks that has to happen. But you know, don't do that. You know, don't go joyriding in a car and do that and screw up things for generations from now. That's been in there for 30 years. That's a generation. You know. There is somebody out there who was born and took and had their own children to take and bring them up in that environment where that car was out there, you know. And who knows what it's doing to the VT environment, you know. So anyway, thanks for stopping, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out a little store that I have set up. There's going to be a link down in the description. In fact, it's on Teespring. If you search for MuttMutt shops here, you'll find it, okay? And everything that is in there, you know, is going to, you know, the profits are going to help me do things, you know, just as simple as an air fill. You know, a shirt buys me an air fill. You know, and you know, I'm going to use that as much as I can to go down to lakes and ponds and stuff like that, or maybe even do a little bit larger trip and do some cleanup stuff, okay? So yeah, check it out. All right, take it easy, have fun out there, do good things for other people, be nice to other people, be good to other people, okay? All right, bye.